Hallo zusammen. So. Wir beenden heute, denke ich, Tomb Raider. Wir sind relativ weit am Ende. Und eigentlich müsste ich noch ein bisschen erkunden, aber ich habe jetzt Bock auf die Story und da machen wir jetzt auch einfach weiter. Deswegen ab, hier hoch, ans Basislager. Und dann schauen wir mal, was uns erwartet.
I don't hear anything.
Exactly. She must be close.
She?
The Empress Jaguar. As soon as she shows up, every other animal shuts up. No need to attract her attention, right?
Right. Shouldn't we be quiet too then?
Yay! Jaguar! Juhu! Dinge, die wir brauchen.
18th of December, 1604. I've neglected this journal for far too long. We've worked hard to build the mission. Every day more people arrive. Native villagers seeking conversion. Soldiers tired of war. Others whose faith has been tested by the long, dangerous journey through the jungle. All lured by Lopez's gospel of purity through labor. We work from sunrise to sunset, and then Lopez, or Angel de la Cruz as he now calls himself, spends his evening preaching the mission's purpose, to test the chosen one. He's calmed considerably, and if he believes something pursues him still, he keeps it to himself. Tomorrow we begin to build a library, where the box will safely rest until it is ready to be found by the chosen one.
Tada! Oh.
Impossible. I can't carry any.
Ich würde sagen, wir gehen erstmal zurück. Was haben wir hier? Genau, wir werden erstmal die Flaggen noch rissen und hier noch die Dokumente holen. Mit ihm haben wir schon geredet.
Any leads at the cemetery?
Achso, genau, das war's. Und der Friedhof.
Lara, you find anything yet?
Abby's friend mentioned a crypt somewhere around the library. I'll meet you there.
Da ist noch eine Flagge. Und da hinten geradeaus ist noch eine Flagge. Da ist noch ein Dokument. Ich gucke nur gerade, wo die Flagge ist. Müsste... Oder das ist doch der Friedhof jetzt. Da hinten, die haben wir schon gehisst. Die auch. Ist auch gehisst.
So there's a crypt around here somewhere.
Gehen wir jetzt erstmal auf den Friedhof.
Why secret? If Lopez is involved, there's bound to be a trick.
That's a solid theory. What about you? Did you find anything?
I got a pamphlet. 7 steps closer to God.
Who knows? Maybe it'll help. Strange there are only 7 stations. This must be based on an older tradition. Jesus takes up the cross, falls the first time, meets his mother. Then Veronica wipes his face before he falls the second time. Then he is crucified and finally entombed.
I'll wait here for you. Go ahead. I'll be around.
Impossible. I can't carry anymore.
Okay, lass uns doch nicht hoch. Okay. Dann schauen wir einfach erst noch für ihn hier, was mit der Story abgeht. Ich wollte erst mal da reingucken, Mann. Nein, der Bibliothek war aber auch schon länger niemand mehr.
Feels like a mausoleum.
Means we're on the right track, right? Jonah, I feel something. We're getting close. Let's look around for signs of Lopez.
These notes were written by the founder of the Sector 7. They're talking about funds allocated for renovations to the library.
Ja, super. Wir machen erstmal hier gleich was kaputt.
This cross. It looks like it's from the 17th century.
So.
The door
Tagebuchseite.
closed and a silence settled. So great and so vast, I held my breath for fear of breaking it. Lopez turned to me, his eyes wild, a smile screwed across his face. He came toward me, arms outstretched, and for a moment fear flickered across my heart. But he pulled me close, his fingers digging into my shoulders. I found it, he whispered in my ear, and releasing me, he wandered through this room. Walls of pure jade reaching up to the heavens, completely covered in intricate etched mosaics and carved figures. I followed at a distance as he approached an altar and watched as he lifted a silver box from it.
Gut, da waren wir ja schon. Das ist da, wo er sie eben mitgenommen hat.
The others are worried that Brothers de la Cruz and Serrano will not return. I have so far maintained they will, that they always have. But in my heart, I am beginning to believe we have seen the last of them, and that grief weighs heavily. We will continue their work. Either they will return to find we have not forgotten the teachings, or they will look down on us from above and bless our continued labors.
Strange, dass die hier noch nicht drinne waren. Also jetzt meine ich so jetzt die Leute hier.
And under his wings you may seek refuge. Under his wings. A heron and an eclipse. "25th of December, 1603. It has been 4 days since we turned away from the city. We traveled in silence and in circles, guided by a confusion of grief, relief, and celebration. Lopez and I exited the jungle and landed in a clearing, under the gaze of several faces carved into the side of the mountain. Lopez had an episode, as he later called it. He threw himself in front of the faces and screamed for forgiveness. The heaviest sin on his heart was abandoning Perez to the strange warriors. They had grown close over the journey. Try as I might, I could not console him, so I built a fire and waited. as he decreed his actions and pleaded for forgiveness from the silent stone faces. All full up. Can't carry anymore. I don't have enough space for that. 26th of December, 1603. Lopez woke me, having already prepared a Spartan breakfast. "This is where we were meant to be," he said, a cold determination in his voice, so very different from how he acted just the day before. I finished my meal as he spoke of holy retribution, how he had acted in error, but now God had put his hands on his shoulders and shown him the path to walk. "We will spread the true word of God from this small mission," he said, pointing to an adobe building just beyond the stone faces. "We will prepare the path for the chosen one to follow, for only he who does will be worthy of this box." Jonah, this book describes a stranger's arrival at the mission. He founded the Sect of Seven. Maybe that was Lopez.
Like on the pamphlet. We must be getting close. We should keep looking.
Noch was?
John, son of Zebedee, one of Jesus' apostles, also called the beloved disciple. He and his brother, James, were known for their impetuousness and temper, which prompted Christ to start calling them Boanerges, sons of thunder. John is credited with writing 5 books of the New Testament, the Gospel of John, the 3 epistles of John, and the Book of Revelation. He's the patron saint of love and loyalty, as well as writers, publishers, and scholars. One of his symbols is a serpent in a cup, which is linked to his patronage of victims of poisoning and burns. The sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. Jonah, those 2 Bible quotes. The sun will be darkened, and under his wings you may seek refuge.
What does it mean?
That's it. Look for a heron and an eclipse.
Okay.
This roughly drawn sketch shows St. John repelling a demon attack. Perhaps they plan to have this as one of the frescoes in the mission.
Noch
Brother
einer.
de la Cruz appeared one day, emerging from the jungle, breathing new life into the mission. There were just the 3 of us when he arrived, and Sister Dorothea had been ill for many weeks. He and his associate began to work that first day. By the next week, de la Cruz had recruited a workforce of 3 dozen. They had prepared the bell tower and worked the fields, planting crops. Brother de la Cruz aims to make us self-sufficient. We'd spent so long alone out here, I'd worried we'd lose God's ear. Lo and behold, we not only had his ear, but he sent another to act as his hands as well. Stone faces weep as Jesus creeps along the dolorous path. Too many died. More will still, and more will still, and more will still. His light leads the way.
etwas? Die Musik ist echt gut.
There's a whole mural under here. Veracruz, the true cross.
Is that what I think it is?
The silver box. It's unmistakable.
Jesus takes up the cross. These are the stations of the cross. But there's a bunch missing.
Before 1600, there were only 7. This could date back to the time of Lopez.
This is one of his clues.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing he does.
All right. Let's see if we can find a cross lying around here somewhere.
Ja, das hatten wir doch vorhin schon. Das war doch da drüben.
When we find the box, how do we get the key back from Dominguez?
We'll find a way.
Found something?
Yeah. Jesus takes up the cross. Help me lift this.
Light will guide the way.
That actually worked.
Looks like a long way down. Let's see where this leads.
What?
Station 2. Jesus
Thanks.
pulls the first time.
Ich glaube, gerade ist ein bisschen die Tonspur
There's an
verschoben
inscription here.
gewesen.
Ambulate dum lucem habitis.
Walk while you have the light. Have to use the light beam to follow the stations of the cross.
Genau, weil du brauchst das Licht.
That did it. I wouldn't want to be buried in here. My head tossed behind a cross somewhere.
Sieht nicht gerade einladend mal wieder aus.
Walk while you have the light, so that the darkness may not overtake you,
Sounds like a hint.
or a threat.
Yep.
This looks like the Virgin Mary.
Station 3. Jesus meets his mother.
The mirror looks dusty. I'll give you a boost. Hey, it worked. The light leads this way.
Ja, ist echt gut, wenn wir alleine laufen.
What happened to these people?
Looks like the light activated something.
Wow!
Lara!
Puh.
Are you alright? You're lucky it was a little rusted.
This must be Station 4.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at these. Have to use the light beam to follow the stations of the cross.
These people look like they were tortured. All up in the ceiling.
I don't think this was just a crypt.
Ist wieder alles sehr einladend.
Have to use the light beam to follow the stations of the cross.
Ich meine, das ist ja schon die Kreuzigung. Moment.
There's a woman in this one. Look, someone else got close. He wasn't as lucky. Have to use the light beam to follow the stations of the cross.
Oh oh. Okay, nein, das ist die Fallstation. Moment, wir haben ja den Zettel. Aber wenigstens habe ich jetzt verstanden, wie es funktioniert.
Let's have a look.
Okay, das heißt, wir haben die Sammlung. Tja, in welcher sind wir denn? Ach Gott.
The others are worried.
Nein. Oder haben wir es da drin? Nee. Okay, also wir waren bei der Jungfrau.
It looks like he's accepting the cross here.
Also müsste das der nächste Punkt doch sein.
I don't think this was just a crypt.
Ich gucke nochmal sicherheitshalber, weil hier hat er es schon. Was passiert hier?
There's a woman in this one.
Nee, er nimmt doch das Kreuz, er stirbt. Ah, ich hoffe es. Nein! Ah, Mann. Aber ich muss sagen, eine sehr, sehr nette Falle.
This must be Station 4. Let's have a look at these frescoes.
Dann ist es das, wo er die Frau jetzt trifft. Also das hier links.
I don't think this was just a crypt. I'll get it.
Station 5. Jesus falls a second time.
Immer wieder so einladend.
Lara, is that what I think it is?
The Stations of the Cross again.
But with mummies. Isn't this sacrilegious?
Not necessarily. They could have been paying the ultimate homage.
Or they were just sick.
This must be Station 6. Have to use the light beam to follow the Stations of the Cross.
Looks like a church. These ones are posed like monks.
Uh-huh. They're carrying him. They're lifting him. She's wiping his face, I think.
So Lopez staged the whole crucifixion of mummies?
Jesus. I think this was a place of worship for an underground sect. Jesus, nailed to the cross. I think he's taking up the cross. He's carrying the cross.
Was müsste das hier sein?
This is disgusting. I'm glad I wasn't around when Lopez was.
Have to use the light beam to follow the Stations of the Cross.
That inscription. Do not fear those who kill the body, but are unable to kill the soul. Is that meant for us?
Don't let Lopez get in your head. He's caused enough trouble already.
Okay, let's do this.
The light beam to follow the Stations of the Cross.
Aber ich kann doch den hier auch verschieben. Okay, das heißt, wir müssen da drüben anfangen. Das war, sie nageln ihn ans Kreuz. Sie waschen ihm und sie tragen ihn. Oh Gott, ich hoffe, das ist jetzt das Richtige. Aber es müsste. Nein, war es natürlich nicht.